Hey everybody, it's Mike Peasall, pastor at Gateway Christian Center here in Goodlettsville, Tennessee, cold Goodlettsville, Tennessee. And today is Wednesday, December 3rd, and this is Mike's Midweek message. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving with your family and friends just last week. I know we did. We had a great time. The title of today's Midweek message is A Season of Giving. And you've already, I'm sure, been inundated with emails and text messages and all the stuff about Black Friday sale and Cyber Monday sale and Giving Tuesday and on and on and on and on. There's so much going on. To me, it feels like literally like last week I was actually putting the Christmas decorations back under the house, and now I've already gotten them back out and begun that whole process. Our house is about, 75% decorated, but that has to do a lot with our youngest daughter being there, and she loves Christmas. She is our elf. A lot going on. I'm sure that it's super busy for you. I mean, imagine for me, a pastor, you have special services that you have to get ready for. You're also getting ready for next month and next year and all that other stuff. You have a lot of events that you don't normally have. And one of them is, I'll invite you, December 24th at 5 o'clock here at Gateway. We're having a candlelight communion service. We'd love to have you join us, 120 East Avenue in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. So there's a lot going on. But then, as a husband, father, grandfather, we got cousin Christmas. We had a hot chocolate date with the older grandkids. There's a lot of shopping. I mean, if you count children, significant others, grandchildren, extended family, and we're not gift card people. We really like to, go out and get something that says to that person, hey, we know you, we see you, and we know what you like, and so it can get pretty busy. And then you throw in a couple of other things, like the fact that again that youngest daughter, she's graduating MTSU next week. I'm singing in a concert in Franklin, and I'm very excited about that. But just like a lot of extra stuff going on. It's a busy time. You can get stressed. And so what I want to talk to you about today is maybe how you can help a little bit with that stress. And that is for us to keep remembering what the main point of the holiday season is, the Christmas season. Now, I realize that we have a lot of different people who will say, well, Christmas should actually be in September. It should be here. It should be there. When you celebrate it, it's immaterial. I think it'd be great if you celebrated like Easter. You celebrated every day that Jesus came and that he gave himself for us. That would be great. But we as a nation and we as a church, we celebrate it on December 25th. That's what we aim towards. Not claiming that that's the exact date in history, but that it is an event that happened in history, and it's very, very, very important. It's worth celebrating. It's worth pointing to. It's worth rearranging our schedules. We don't want to overlook the message of Christmas. So again, like I said, the reason we don't buy gift card is because a lot of times a gift card, it can say, well, I know this is your favorite place to shop, or I know that you like to pick out your own whatever, but most of the time, we like to think about a person, think about what they like, what they need, and then go and purchase so that when they get that gift, it says to them, hey, I know you, I see you, I know what you like, I know what you need, and I went to the trouble, not just to buy something for you, but to spend time looking for that thing. That is exactly what Jesus did for you and for me. He looked down through time and he said, I'm going to get, I know them, I see them, I'm going to get exactly what they need. Romans 5, 6 through 8. For while we were still weak, while we were still sinner, at the right time, Christ died for the ungodly. For one will scarcely die for a righteous person, though perhaps for a good person, one would dare to even die. But God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Now, Mike, that you're talking about, that's not the same story. That's 33 years later. That's the 33-year-old rabbi. That's the 33-year-old Jesus who walked for 3 years and did miracles and all that other stuff. But see, you and I, we were in the future of when that event happened. And Jesus has been in our future all along. All the way back to the Garden of Eden. That's the message Sunday I'm going to be preaching about, is Jesus in Genesis. It's not a new plan. It's been going. Jesus was looking to you and for you and at you all the way back when he walked the streets of Jerusalem. Yes, that's a big event, and the baby in the manger is what starts the physical presence of Jesus here on the earth. It's not what starts the gospel message, but it definitely starts that portion of it where Jesus came as a baby, was born in a manger in the humblest of ways, and he showed us what it's like to live in fellowship with the Father, what it's like to live in fellowship with other people, those who are for you, those who are against you, how it is to walk with the presence of the Holy Spirit in everyday living. That is what Jesus did for us in his life and ministry here. So, but then we look back at Isaiah 9. Isaiah, Old Testament prophet, thousands plus years before Jesus was born of a virgin in Bethlehem. And it says, "For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder." Now, just pause there for a minute. We believe that God establishes authority. That doesn't necessarily, to me, mean that every person who's ever been a president or a king or a dictator, that was arranged by God. But all authority is under God, which means all of those people operate under the authority that God has allowed them to have for a period of time, which means to me that no matter who's the president, no matter who's being elected or not being elected, we should have a part in that. But whoever is in office or running the country or whatever, they ultimately will answer to God at some point. And I find comfort in that, because the government is on Jesus's shoulder, not my shoulder, and definitely not the people who are running our country. So the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called, now get this, Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Now this is great news. This is really, really good news. He is the everlasting Father. He's the wonderful Counselor. You need counsel? He's the wonderful Counselor. You got a big problem going on in your life? He's a mighty God. You're worried that he's gonna run out of energy, he's gonna run out of time, he's gonna run out of interest. He's an everlasting Father. And then, this is to me the best one of all, he's the Prince of Peace. Wherever he is, peace is available, because that's what he brings to the table. He is the Prince of Peace. So I just want to encourage you, no matter how stressed you are, or getting over some things, finances, health, maybe this is your first holiday, first Christmas without a particular person in your life, and it makes it a little bit sorrowful. That's completely understandable. But remember this, that there's these things we call the fruit of the Spirit. But if you think about it, it is who Jesus is. He's love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and all those things. He's self-control. That is who came to be born in a manger in Bethlehem, to live under the authority of a parent, of a mother and a father, to walk daily with his Father, to pull aside and have time for prayer. The person who gave himself willingly on the cross, who raised again on the third day, and who is now seated in the heavens at the right hand of the Father, interceding for you and for me. He is the Prince of Peace. Have an incredible week, and I'll see you next Wednesday.